Okay, so this is the Airtable bot. So what I've created here is I've created an example base, and I've got the default table that is set up in here. And in this use case, just so you can get a feel for how the Airtable bot works, I'm going to give you a use case where we're going to use the Airtable bot to insert some names and addresses in order for us to use a map block to be able to get an idea of maybe where our customers are. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name because we really don't want any spaces in the names because it'll make it easier. So I'm going to rename this table locations. Next, I'm going to start deciding what fields I actually want. So I want a contact ID. When you're doing names, don't allow any spaces because what will happen is when Infusionsoft HTTP post over to FixYourFunnel, it's going to take out spaces and add underscores. So let's just add underscores so that we get a match and we have consistency. I want the name, so I'm going to put the name in there. I just want this to be a single line text. And then I want a place for the address. So I'm going to delete that field and I'm going to add an address field. That's probably fine for a single line of text as well. I want a place where the geocode from Google can go. And I'm going to put long text. I think it's a little bigger. And then you may want to put a created date. And if you're going to do a date, I recommend you do it in the local format. And I'll show you how I get that date put over from Infusionsoft to the funnel bot. Just going to order these. So I've got my name, address, created date, and geocode. I think that's all I'm going to need. Now, what you want to do is click on the little help and go to API documentation. Then I'm going to click on locations table and just click on create a record because this is going to give me the information I'm going to need for my Airtable bot. So right here, I've set up an Airtable bot already. I've got the contact ID, the bot name, Airtable bot, the Airbase ID, the table name, and the API key. So we're going to go get those right now. I've got mine populated, but I'm going to show you where you get them from this page in the API documentation. So this first one here, this is the base ID. So we're going to copy that and we're going to paste it right here. Next, we're going to get the table name. So copy that and then paste it in here. Finally, we're going to get the API key. I'm going to click on Show API Key, copy that. I'm going to unclick that. And I'm going to paste it right here in the API key. All right, now you need to add in your names for your fields that you want populated into your table. So let's go back to our table. So we have contact ID, name, address, and created date. So in order for the bot to know which fields are for your Airtable, you add AT plus, the plus sign, before the name of it. So I've got name, address, and contact ID. You'll notice I need to add an underscore. I could leave it with a space. It'll convert it to an underscore automatically, but let's do it to keep consistent. And then here I had start date in my little sample I was working on before, but I'm going to change that to created date and make sure that I matched up all of these. Yep, those all look the same. I don't need to add anything in the geocode from Infusionsoft. That's automatically going to happen when I insert the address and have the map block. Okay, well, the only thing that you need to know that we haven't already shown you here is for the address, I use the billing address because that's one I know I'm going to collect, and I put in all the parts of the address, separated commas where I might when I have the address normally in a single line. And then under the created date, I've put the merge fields from the date area here. So I started with month of the year. That'll give us a 2-digit number, and then day of the month, this one right here, and then finalized with date, year, or current year. So using those three, you'll get the proper formatting for what Airtables is expecting. All right, so that's all set. So now I could run a test and we would populate the data. And I'm not going to go through how you set up the Google API because they have a tutorial to show you how to do that so you can get your maps set up. But here I have a, a really great way of showing where customers might be. So I can kind of get a feel for maybe where I might want to do an event or how people are geographically associated. So that can be a neat addition, but you can do anything you want with the Airtable bot. Basically, what you decide is what information you want to post over. Add AT plus to the front of the name of the field. Make sure there's no spaces. Add underscores where there might be spaces for field names, and merge in the information that you want on the right side, and you're good to go. You can add information to any Airtable and then start using it in any way that you need to make Airtable is a cool little addition to Infusionsoft. If you have any questions about how this funnel bot or other funnel bots work, feel free to contact our team.